Former Victorian Treasury official Sanjeev Sabhlok has been a consistent and vocal critic of the Victorian Government's lockdown laws and the classification of COVID as a major pandemic. Now, according to Sabhlok, global scientific opinion has deemed that COVID is not to be a genuine major pandemic, and it's been the brainwashing of Victorians by both the media and the government that has led to the fear the Victorians now live in. Well, just last week, Sanjeev issued a challenge to Daniel Andrews, Matthew Guy and Brett Sutton to prove that COVID is anywhere close in magnitude to the Spanish flu. And if they can, there's an $11,000 purse that awaits them. $11,000 of Sanjeev's own money. It's a challenge that Sanjeev says he can't lose. Welcome, Sanjeev.
Thank you, Michael.
Now, sorry, $11,000 of your own money.
Yes.
That's a big wager. What do you think will happen?
Well, I'm actually, in the coming weeks, I'll probably increase this amount incrementally as we go towards the election. So I've already sent my email with a challenge to Daniel Andrews, Matthew Guy, and Brett Sutton. Obviously, it's been actually a bit more than a week. It's been almost 2 weeks now, and none of them have responded for obvious reasons. I've also issued the information widely on my social media accounts as well. So everybody who's aware knows that I have challenged them. It has come in Sky News as well. So there is no reason why people can pretend that they haven't heard about my challenge, but they haven't responded. And I don't expect them to respond because they are completely incapable of, collecting the money from me. The facts are completely and entirely against them.
Yeah. Now, $11,000 is a lot of money, especially for someone in your position who used to work for the Victorian Government. And how's the employment situation sitting now, Sanjeev?
I've been unemployed for almost 2 years. I worked out that I was working 0.6 FTE, so I've lost about $170,000 so far in this fight. And as I said, I'm willing to put more money into this exercise. So yeah, I'm out there till the very end, till the very finish. David versus Goliath battle. And I think all of us, we need the kind of fight to bring sanity and truth to Victoria and Australia, because we can't afford to let this go on.
Yeah. So I imagine the $11,000 for somebody who's been out of work for that long, if proportionally, that's a big wager that you're putting to them.
Actually, that is zero chance of collection. So I can actually put, if I had $1 trillion, I would put $1 trillion without any risk of anyone collecting that money. So no, that is actually not the risk. The issue is that I've resigned my job and fighting this without any money, and that's actually been the biggest issue in terms of my survival. But I will. I've just got a small part-time job teaching economics in the next few months, and so I hope to start earning a little bit again and. Got to survive, basically.
Yep. Now, you've also put your hand up to run in the state election coming up in November.
Indeed. I had contested the Menzies federal parliamentary seat as well. And this time that one, unfortunately, I had no time to prepare for. But this time I'm actually fully giving it a go. And as we speak, I have just received my 20,000 DL flyers, which will go out for the first round. There'll be 4 rounds altogether. And I'm building a local campaign team as well. So I'm going to give Matthew Guy a run for the money, the Liberal Party leader. I call him Dan Andrews Light. He supported every single emergency order, state of emergency order, direction, or whatever, and basically supported this, policies and claims. He himself has said this is the biggest thing in our lifetime. So he's not challenged his Scott Morrison's claim that this is the biggest thing since the Spanish flu, and so many other Liberal leaders have claimed that, including Josh Frydenberg. So he's not challenged his own leadership. So the Liberal Party is fully involved, and I'm not going to be sparing them anything. So you can see the mention of both Dan Andrews and Matthew Guy on this flyer, and it's a direct attack on those who have attacked our liberty and the truth and failed to follow the cost-benefit analysis approach, for which I was working in the Treasury. We were doing cost-benefit of every single policy, but for this one, they did not. And this is, I've supported Professor Gigi Foster in a cost-benefit analysis, which shows that the harms to Australia of these lockdowns are at least 36 times the benefit. And now I'm working on a paper with a very good data scientist who is demonstrating conclusively that globally, lockdowns have increased COVID deaths. So it's the thing is that they did not even reduce COVID deaths. So they've increased COVID deaths globally. And in addition, they've caused God knows how many, thousands and thousands of people had their lives in Australia from cancers and other things that were not treated because they were not detected in time because of the hysteria. So we've had enormous and colossal harm, and that is at least 36 times their harms are greater than the benefits. But I would argue they're more. But the point is, why did the governments and the Liberal and Labour Party not even try to do a cost-benefit analysis, which is such a fundamental requirement of good public policy?
Now, which seat is it in the Victorian state that you're running for, Sanjeev?
This is the seat of the district of Bulleen. It's towards Doncaster. It's got 4 suburbs, including Templestowe and Lower Templestowe. And I've been walking around this entire constituency. And in fact, I walked around earlier for the Menzies one, which is larger for the federal seat. But this area is very hilly. I get a good exercise in the process.
So the challenge is out there for Matthew Guy or Dan Andrews or Brett Sutton. $11,000 would be handy for Matthew Guy to run against you in his seat of Bulleen. Do you think there's any chance any of them will take you up on the offer?
I'm going to jack up the price. As I said, for my next flyer, I'm thinking of increasing. So there'll be 3 more flyers, and each time I will jack up the price that I'm willing to, the money that I'm willing to offer them, because they do not have I won't use the words, but they don't have whatever it takes to take the money from me because they're lying. Okay, so I think Matthew Guy could benefit if he takes this money because he could then challenge me with my 11,000. Okay, I don't think he's capable of doing that.
All right, well, Sanjeev, keep us in the loop. We'd love to hear if they do actually put their heads up above the parapet and take you up on your bet. And good luck with the forthcoming, upcoming state election. Seat of Bulleen, Matthew Guy, look out.
Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Sanjeev.